Today is just kind of bittersweet in some way, some respects. The voice of Africom is actually moving on. Can't believe it. But Dave, it's been great to get to know you and Susan. It's been great to have you guys here for your tour. How long were you here total?
3 years.
3 years. 3 years total. Just give you a little story for everybody, just so you can get caught up. Dave and Susan have 2 children, Catherine, who's 12, and Charlie, who's 9. Okay. And his tour here is the Command News and Information Division Chief for U.S. Africa Command, the voice of Africa. His previous tour, he was underway at sea aboard the aircraft carrier USS George Washington. He coordinated 500 live interviews between sailors and their hometown media. The most live interviews ever conducted on a ship at sea. His next tour, he is pursuing a master's degree in communications and media arts at San Diego State University. Oh man, that's going to be a tough job. And they're thinking about living in an RV for that year. So we'll see if they
Oh, yes.
You got to write back and tell us if you want to.
The voice of San Diego.
In a van down by the river.
In the trailer.
All right, so here's some interesting facts about Dave. He has a former Emmy and Associated Press award-winning broadcast journalist and winner of 12 first-place Associated Press awards. Very impressive. Television career began when he was 9 years old, volunteering for the PBS affiliate in Cincinnati, Ohio. Are both of you from Ohio?
I'm from Toledo, yeah.
Toledo.
Right.
All right.
We still accept that as part of Ohio.
From covering city council meetings to reporting live from the scene of a homicide, Dave was requested to MC hundreds of community events. That's not a surprise to me. In November 2000, he followed his father's footsteps and joined the Navy Reserve. And then in 2005, he volunteered to a transition to full-time active duty. One of his first assignments was leading a combat camera team in Kabul, Afghanistan, where he established the first countrywide network of military journalists and greatly increased the release of imagery to international media outlets. And in the September of 2015, Dave will be promoted to the rank of commander aboard the USS Midway. So that's going to be very, very impressive, and you got to send back some pictures for that as well. I met Dave on the inspection when we went down to CJTFO when we did the broad-based inspection. In fact, I got the chance to be interviewed by Dave, and I was on camera for the first time. I was probably more nervous than him. But no, and then we got to know Dave. He invited everybody to his house during one of those media delegations where we have media that's coming from the African continent from various different countries. So he inspired me to ask Sharon to host another media delegation in our little house. It was nothing compared to what he had.
This was great, sir.
No, it was great. And I appreciate the hospitality that you provided to those media delegations. I also appreciate your relationship you've had with everybody on the staff. It's been very instrumental in us being able to do our mission because you're dedicated to that mission, and it shows. It shows you have your heart and soul in this, as well as your family. So it's great to have you guys leaving here on such a high note. You're going to be promoted to 05. You're going to be going to school at San Diego State University. You might be living out in an RV. You never know. But so thanks so much for all the work that you've done for this command, for the PA shop, and Mark, if you have any words you wanted to say as well.
I do, sir. I just want to quickly echo your sentiments. Thank you very much for taking the time to honor Dave and Susan today. We are grateful for that. Dave has not only touched and informed and educated people all around the entire globe, which we have testimonies. People see his reports on the ship, they see it in HOA, they see it in the States, and the big 5-sided building. But he's also informed the command on what's going on with things that you need to know, interesting factoids and helpful tips, and he's touched us. So I'm honored to have been a part of this, honored to have been a part of your tour, Commander Hecht. And I also want to reiterate that he's not only going to San Diego State, that's a great opportunity, but it validates that he no longer sucks at math.
That's right. Thank you.
All right.
Math is in the back.
Dave,
So-
you could forget your top 10.
Yes. Thank you.
That's right, at our last commander's call that we just did, and that was actually a great hit. So without further ado, what I'd like to do is we'll pin a medal on him and then ask him to say a few words to the staff as well. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's publish the orders.
Attention orders. To all who shall see these presents, greeting. This is to certify that the Secretary of Defense has authorized the award of the Defense Meritorious Service Medal to Lieutenant Commander Richard D. Hecht, U.S. Navy, for exceptionally meritorious service for the Armed Forces of the United States, given under my hand this first day of May 2015. Signed, Ambassador Donald W. Coran, Director J9.
So once again, thanks for all you've done for this Marine, the United States Navy, and the Army.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Well, first and foremost, thank you very much, sir, for taking time to do this ceremony, and thank you for those kind words as well, sir. And thank you very much, of course, to my beautiful wife for all the support and the hours of ear listening to all of my griping and complaining. I couldn't do anything that I do without you and the kids, so thank you. I have to admit, I don't do end of tour awards very often. It's normally just a small little office thing. But as we're getting close to the end of rolling out of Europe, I figured it'd be just a time savings to bring all of you together so that I can thank all of you for all that you do. You know, there's a lot of people who will say that coming to a combatant command, I'm here to check the block. And of course that's important to do that joint tour. While I was here, I think it was more than checking the block though. I was able to get JPME 1 and 2 done. I was able to, you know, pin on, or at least be promoted to 05, which will happen in September. You're all invited. But it was more than that. One of my big goals coming in was that I watched AFN and I looked at the website, and AFRICOM's still so new, and not a lot of people know about AFRICOM. And when I got here, and I see people pulling 8-hour days, 9-hour days, 12-hour days, that work has to be recognized. And that work has to be known on what people are doing here. That's why I was so dedicated in wanting to get those spots on AFN so that people know AFRICOM is on the map and what we're doing, and it's a vital mission. And I really did all those commercial spots because I want to promote the long hours that you guys are working. I've got a very easy job. I'm just doing what I've always done as a reporter, and you know, producing and shooting video and putting pieces together. But I really look at all of you people in the room, and I'm really overwhelmed and inspired by the work that you do. And that's what made me want to do my job so well. And now, you know, I'm happy when I leave, I can turn on AFN and I can't go 5 minutes without seeing an AFRICOM spot, and that just makes me so happy. And I think what makes me even more happy is that my kids now, still to this day, 3 years later, when the spot comes on, come running into their room, "You're on TV, Dad!" And they even have the spots memorized themselves. So, and I hope that those spots will continue to play for months ahead, maybe years ahead. And if there's other spots that need to be made, so you can still always reach out to me, and I will still be happy to do that work because I love what I do. I love the creative aspect of taking photo and video and sound. I still have 4 more commercials to produce before I leave. But I love what I do, so you could call me anytime and I would happily do that because I believe in what our shop does, and I believe in the AFRICOM mission. And so, you know, I just really am flattered that you all come out today and be here for this. So with that, I just say thank you, and I hope that you will stay in touch. That's all.
So why don't you come on through here and just congratulate me.
live.
And then we have cake too. So hey, Lonnie, if you wouldn't mind, would you run a couple of lines for the cake? And thank you, I appreciate it. Sir, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Godspeed to you and
Thank you.
best wishes
Thank you.
for your travel as well.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I'm looking for that episode of